How did you directing people with their diet start? Was that obviously off of your own passion, but when did that really start to click for you, being like, wow, like I'm doing this with people now, like I'm working with people. My goal is to help change people for the better and like coach them now. When did that kind of fully like form for
I
yourself?
started like doing like I guess when I lost my weight and was active on social media, and I I had abs, I guess, and was like in shape. So people started contacting me and wanting meal plans. And I was like, meal plans aren't really like good because they're like a diet at the end of the day. And, if you don't eat like this now, like you're not going to eat like this when the
Yeah.
meal plan's done. So I started like doing consulting, just like locally through a friend of a friend hearing about me. And they just, it just like went from there. I was working for my boyfriend at the time out of his gym, and I was shooting videos and things there. And just people started messaging me because I guess what I was posting was like they've never heard of it before. It was knowledgeable. It was new. So I started doing consulting, and I actually called it Impel Nutrition first, because I noticed there was a lack of like accountability with nutrition trackers. So I started with like people who already kind of had a baseline of weight loss and used the trackers before. So I started this Impel Nutrition thing that didn't end up working out. But then from there, it was like, all right, now I'm more confident in myself too that I can help people
Yeah.
because everyone was like, I've never heard this before and I'm getting results. And you're not just focusing on weight loss, you're helping me with my everyday life and teaching me how to meal prep for my kids and providing me delicious recipes and things like that. So it was kind of like a little accident. Like it was a passion of mine that then I just transformed, and then I got certified. Before COVID, I got certified. And then I was like, all right, I want to do this. Like, I want to really help people and like stop their frustration with things and find them a more sustainable way to do this instead of this little bit of cycle. So I mean, I've done my own journey, unfortunately, of investing and starting my own thing, and then I'm now here with the Fuel
Yeah.
Informed Nutrition.
Just helps us to be better business owners,
Yeah.
right? Like that's
Yeah.
kind of the pitfalls we have to go through, but it's right. It's part of the game.
Yeah.
And now you know for next time. But that's what you were kind of mentioned there. Great lead into kind of Fuel Inform. How do you service your clients? I know you had mentioned you don't do, or if that was Impel, you don't do less than 3 months. But how do your programs kind of work? How can people kind of think about if they're working with you, what they would get?
Yeah. So when whoever starts with Fuel Inform, it's consulting that I do. So it's 3 months minimum, because you can't really change or make a change, a sustainable change within a month. So everyone gets like an hour consultation. That's like the first thing. We go through this evaluation, and during the evaluation process, it's basic questions like, what are your meal timings? What do you eat? What do you think you struggle with? Family life and whatnot. And then during our conversation is when I start to pick up of other things. They'll like make an excuse about something or say something about their time and stuff like that. So I'll write those notes down and I'll like evaluate and be like, all right, what are the first things that we need to work on? And every client is different. So I do everything like customized and individualized. Like I have packets and things that I send for information to help just like streamline little things, but I'll take 2 to 3 days to then write up their information of what they need to work on and go from there. So let's say someone like wants to lose 20 pounds but skips breakfast, and their family is a huge trigger for them by like picking from their husband or picking from their kids. Then we're going to start with all right, you got to eat 3 balanced meals a day, and I just want you to journal every time that you write down that you pick something. So then it becomes like a habit. So I'm trying to teach them how to become aware and what their habits are and on their daily basis instead of making unconscious choices. So that's the consulting. And at the end, like month 1, month 2, and month 3 is always broken up into something like month 2 and 3 is usually where we start to do the weight loss, and month 1 is habits, but it also depends on how long someone takes to do it.
Yeah.
So I've had clients with me for 9 months, for a year, But after the 3 months, like that's, I would say, where they make the full commitment. And then after that, I have them do a like transitional phase where it's more affordable. Like I know that sometimes people need extra help. So I will never have them pay the fullest price at that point anymore. So I have a way of like, what are the things that you still continue to need? Do you need my highest service at this point? So you're going to pay a little bit higher, but it transitions to something that you can do and it won't come, like you won't feel it in your pocket, because I know the hardest thing is, again, sustainability. So I don't want to leave somebody to dry at that point. So we always work on, and I always work with somebody. Like, again, this is not my full-time job, it's my full-time passion, but I have a full-time job. Like, the income doesn't matter to me, the people matter to me, the reason behind it matters to me.